We are in the middle of a huge wealth transfer. Next 2 years, going to be a lot more millionaires, billionaires and trillionaires coming out from the crypto industry. If you look at the current market just for altcoins and analyze how it actually varied from 2013, 14, 17, 21, you get something interesting there. If you just observe the market, that's something out. And then right now, you're going to Google Trends, looking at Bitcoin, XRP, Ether, whichever currency you want, and analyze like how it has been varying from last 5 years, what's happening in last 12 months. So you kind of get like, okay, there is something moving in the market. The market is always doing something, either up or down or sideways. We get that point, fine. Now, if you look at the total billionaires, you're like the total number of billionaires in the world is 2,668. That is a small number. But this crypto market cycle, by the time it ends, this is going to get more people. I'm not saying millions are going to become billionaires, because not everyone has the mental capacity to go through this volatility. When their portfolio drops 60-70%, majority will consolidate, capitulate, move on. But some like me, you and others who are still here in this market doubling down because they know the fundamentals of these assets. Inside crypto, yes, you do get payments asset. Yes, you get smart contracts, you get exchange tokens. A lot of different assets are here inside this. And it's up to you to decide which one you are entering into. So now let's break this down. Yes, I do strongly believe that next 2 years, we're going to have a lot of millionaires, billionaires and trillionaires coming out of this market. So when you are positioning yourself, what all should you take care of? You look at the daily trading volume. These are like the top 10 coins right now in the daily trading volume. And it is like, okay, Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, SHIB. And I'm like, SHIB? Wow, that's how the market works. Then as you come down, Solana, BNB, Doge, I'm like, Then ADA. So a fundamental asset like ADA is below Dogecoin. So that's the market. So when Twitter deal is going to be finalized by Musk, and he still pushes Dogecoin, so it will get volume. So that's kind of the marketing side of it. That's kind of the current affairs, not the actual fundamentals. If you look at the market, fine. Now you are looking like, okay, I understand there's a lot of billionaires in the world. If you look at them, there is a pattern. Say you see Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, then Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Bernard Arnault, all of them. The list continues, fine. And you also get CZ Binance within that top 20 list. But here, Elon Musk is doing Tesla, SpaceX, its technology, its company, its advanced machineries and technology. Then Jeff Bezos, Amazon, built on internet. You get the point. It's technology, right? Bill Gates, it's Microsoft. It's a computer, it's a technology. But the difference here is this technology, which is the internet, was way bigger than this technology of computer. Now I agree, it's because you have computer, you can now access internet. But what is the age by this guy reached that net worth? And look at his age. That was a huge divergence. Now you come look at this one, youngest billionaires. You get Andy Fang, Stanley Tang. They are from DoorDash. That's again built on internet, a technology delivering value. Then you see like Gary Wang. He's one of the guys who started with that FTX. Then Ryan, then Hernick. So these are like all on internet. Now you literally don't see much of other side. Right? Yeah, you do see Facebook, you do see other stuff which came along the way, but now it's all about blockchain technology because the world of finance is shifting. You, me and everyone actually has the time to look at this. Crypto billionaires. CZ Binance, Sam from FTX, now the twins, Winklevoss from Gemini, Brian, Coinbase, then you get from Ripple, Chris Larsen, Brad Garlinghouse. When the price of XRP was skyrocketing, these guys were super rich. Chris was like 37 billion. Brad was like about 10 billion. Now, when you look at all these guys and then compare the list here, you're like, Okay, the industry has been just 10 years and it's kind of flushing billionaires out who are already prepared, and they have positioned themselves in a way that when the market picks up, they are on top of it. They're not actually missing anything out. So if you are inside this and you want to maximize your output in next 2 years, you need to look at like which asset you're entering. Are you entering in the right asset? Do you really have the risk appetite for this volatility? Because we all see this, right? We kind of go up, we kind of go down. When we go down, it's 80-90% drop in some assets. And that's hard. Now, if you watch the market, you can say, okay, I've been in this market and I really feel like, okay, it really feels like, okay, I'm numb to this. I don't feel anything. Now, that's okay. You have actually grown way, way higher than a lot of other guys who are still panicking with the drops in the market. Now that's why I actually told you about Google Trends. When you look at Google Trends, okay, Bitcoin, it's slowly increasing and it's right now at a 12-month high. 5 years time span, you have a long way to go up, but 12-month high. But at the same time, you look at other assets like Xrp, Ether, Cardano, BNB and others, and you're like, okay, they are trending lower. The psychology of the market for them is low. And you're like, okay, say BNB, it's an exchange asset. They're going to do well. FTX, I think they're going to do well. WazirX, I think they're going to do well. Why? Bitcoin backs it. Meaning, my mistake, BNB backs it. Because Binance actually has owned this one, they also get that advantage of the liquidity. Right now you see Ripple, FTX and Binance going into the market spending money, because they have positioned themselves very well. Now, one of the key factor of this video is actually going to be this one. Fine, this is the crypto market for all coins. You're analyzing that one and you're like, okay, 2013 we were just 50 million and then we went up to 180. That was a good run. Great. Now, when you dropped massively. The price actually corrected so heavy, a lot of people were scared and got out. After that, we went like $520 billion. Now that you can call like it's bananas, because it started from 42 million, not to 42 billion, it went to 520 billion. Yes, after that the market dropped to 54 billion. I do agree on that particular point, but you also have to actually consider like, okay, you are looking at this, 2021, it's $1.7 trillion. The last peak, wave one, $1.7 trillion. And right now after the drop, you're still 500 billion. Now, what should you actually digest from this? It's so easy, right? The fluctuation, 50 million, then becomes 180, it drops to 42. It's still somewhere close to this level. It didn't actually go too much low. Next time it goes up again, heavily. Fine. After that it drops. Again, massive drop. But even after you dropped, you look at this, it's like 40 million and you're like 54 billion. That's a huge change in the market. Now you're going to look at like where we went. That was like $1.7 trillion, which is amazing. After that, you broke down and you're still at 500 billion. That does actually mean something because you are still close to this one. It's like this. So if you follow this pattern, you are actually going to run way higher. And if you remember in one of the last sessions like this, we have done this. All coins, how high can that go? And XRP, how high it can actually go. Now, why am I actually stressing on XRP? Because we do see all the fundamentals. We have actually gone through this, right? Taking profits logically, having the appetite for volatility and entering the right asset. How do you make sure you are entering the right asset? That's hard part, but you have to actually go look at each and every stuff about that project, about that asset. Then make sure you're going to buy it. So if you are looking at payments, now we have different assets. Now there will be a lot of different assets inside this stream, but I think these will be the better ones. Then you have smart contracts, Cardano, AVAX, Atom, you have others. Then on the exchange tokens, we talked about them, right? So on payments, now these are all for specific use case. XRP is positioned as wholesale payment asset and XLM is positioned as a peer-to-peer mechanism. You, me and anyone can trade it. Now XRP, we can do that, but it's not what it was actually built for. Then you come to HBAR, Hedera, hash graph, and you're like, okay, There's a lot of central banks working with them preparing this, the central bank digital currency. As the central bank digital currency comes out, I think there's going to be a massive shift in the current economical system. So if you study the monetary policies and how the reserve currencies change over time, now you have to go look at last 1,000 years to understand that. Now you have massive data to take a decision. But inside crypto market, you don't have that much history to analyze through. But the best thing you can do is to look at what you have, not just closing your eyes and saying, oh, there's a new industry, I'll just wait. No. It doesn't actually work that way, because not all assets will play along this one. Some of them are going to go down bankrupt to zero, literally to zero. So you are looking for the trend, you're looking for the daily volume, and then you make sure, okay, in the daily volume, these are the projects which I'm going to enter because this focus on this use case. So if you are an investor who is trying to be in this range of millionaires, billionaires and trillionaires, you are going to double down when the market is down heavy. Psychology of the market is low. Emotions are so high. People are like, okay, I'm panicking, I'm moving out. And you are doubling down. So one of the biggest advantage of dollar cost averaging is not only you get a lower average, but you also get higher upside, because the market is going to bottom somewhere. You, me, no one actually know like where we are going to actually bottom out. It's really hard to find the bottom. You kind of buy at a support level, you wait, hope the market goes back up, because if time is with you, it doesn't actually matter, because the market is going to do a lot of volatile moments inside that. But you just buy, average down and hold on to that, because these guys are building on that. If you can, go learn coding, do the blockchain, do the technology, build something. If you are like, okay, I don't do that stuff, I'm not that nerd, that's actually okay. I feel like that's literally fine. You're an investor, you think like an investor, you act like an investor, and you need patience like an investor. If you do these, you have the chance to be one among these millionaires who are going to come out in next 2-3 years. So guys, if you learned something new and got a new concept, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And again, if you want to learn from another video, you can go to this particular video, or else you can go to this one for the fundamental current affairs and crypto TA session. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye-bye.